That's how WSFS has become the largest locally headquartered business lender in the region. We're WSFS Bank, and we stand for service. How can we help your business grow? To learn more, visit WSFSbank.com. Member FDIC.
Headlines you can't get through your day without. On Power 101.7.
Just 3 states, Florida, Texas, and Missouri, accounted for 40% of the new coronavirus cases in the U.S. this week. White House Pandemic Response Coordinator Jeff Zients told reporters on Thursday, with Florida alone accounting for 20% of the cases. Zients also said that 97% of hospitalizations and deaths, 97%, are with unvaccinated people, stating the threat is now predominantly only to the unvaccinated. At this time, Zients shared the good news that 5 states have the most significant rise in immunizations: Arkansas, Louisiana, Nevada, Missouri, and they're seeing vaccination rates go up. So that's definitely a good look. Amid a surge in gun violence in the country, Attorney General Merrick Garland said Thursday that the Justice Department will crack down on gun trafficking. He said that will be part of the broader effort against gun violence, including funding community intervention programs. The Justice Department has lost strike forces against gun violence in Chicago, New York City, and Washington, D.C., also Los Angeles and San Francisco. Experts say that there's a number of potential causes for this year's spike in crime, including the pandemic, economic worries, and large gatherings taking place after many months of lockdowns. All right. Also, there was widespread internet disruption yesterday. I don't know if you guys heard about that. It was for about an hour. They caused outages at some of the world's biggest sites. All right, the outages started to appear around 11:40 a.m. And Akamai, A-K-A-M-A-I, Akami, which operates the world's largest and most important content delivery networks, reported a problem with its service about 12:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Akamai tweeted at 12:47 that it had fixed the problem and the systems will be returning to normal. So it was from about 12:10 to 12:47. All right, the company said the issue was due to bad software, like a bad software update that disrupted the DNS system, which directs users to websites.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I bet it was from an update.
Ugh. The worst.
Let me tell you about these updates.
I had gotten
internet
a notification and it said like some pretty big names, like pretty big companies.
Yeah.
That were affected.
But you know what? Let me tell you about these updates.
I said,
why
boy, they're going
does Windows
through it.
constantly want to update computers?
Constantly.
For what? Why don't you get the
right
update?
In the middle of doing something and it'll go into an update.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of your work.
Yeah, but you could set it to not do that, Jess. Okay, that's fine. But I'm tired of getting the notifications that there's an update. Stop it with the updates already. Can't you get the damn thing fixed? Like, update everything you need to all in one shot, like once a month. I'll take it once a month.
That'd be nice.
That's probably not
That'd
even.
That'd be nice.
Let me tell you something. When we worked at our other, company or whatever, we updated like once every 3 years.
Oh my God. I didn't think you were going to say that.
Actually, probably once every... Actually, I don't even know if we ever updated. We were still running the update from...
I thought you were going to say something like, once every 6 months.
Nope. Nope. It wasn't even 6 months.
And you came right out hard. One every 3 years.
Yeah. There was never... When we worked...
Matter of fact, one every 5.
The old company we used to work for, we did updates once every 5 years.
That is messed up, Bill.
It's, am I lying? Am I lying? Shoot. But we never even got a notification that there was an update.
We never had any issues, though.
And that's what I'm saying. These internet companies, they want to update. For what?
I know.
What are you updating that much?
I know. It causes more issues.
And then, yeah, because it'll default the settings back to the way that they were before you fixed them all. And then, you're assuming in your head, I already fixed that. And then you go to do something and you're jacked up.
And it's not right. I know.
That's my pet peeve with these internet updates and these companies.
I agree.
What is it? Microsoft update? Constant. Dell update.
I still thought you were going to say like once every 6 months.
No, it's once every... We never did. We were still running the same software from 1988.
Oh, my God, I love it.
We ran the system.
We were savage.
Yeah, look, we ran the system at the other place we worked at. And like every other, like when I would network with other people in radio or whatever, they were like, "Oh, did you,
Right.
you guys got?" It's called Scott Studios.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yes.
just like a
Right.
that's just like a behind the scenes. Scott is called Scott Studios. It's an automation system that we ran on our computers where we used to work. Another place, and other
I
people,
remember.
a lot of radio stations across the country use Scott Studios for radio. A lot, like that's like one of the biggest.
Right.
And I would like talk to, oh, you got Scott Studios. Oh, you can do this. I'm like, no. Oh, wait, you guys are running the original, like the first version? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. 10 years later, yes, the first version. It was, I ain't going to
Hey,
lie,
it worked.
it was good,
It was good.
you know,
Yeah.
coming from CDs.
Yeah. I remember.
But, man, now flip the script and reverse it all the way to 2021. Here,
Yeah.
we are always up to date with like the
Yes.
latest, greatest.
Yes.
And we run another automation system that I personally love it.
Uh-huh.
And you just leave it, it runs on its own, whatever.
Right.
You know, obviously there's a couple things sometimes, but there's it's Microsoft and it's the system and some of these
Right.
you know, big companies, but there is a lot of updates. And again, Voice Radio Network always strives to get the latest, greatest. But and we have it. I mean, you know, high tech and we love it. But the Microsofts and the Dells, and they're always just updating. So
know.
why fix something that's not broke?
I know.
Always something. So there you go. But the internet outages, they're saying it's because of that. Real
Okay.
quick, Jess, I know you have some local stories, but I just wanted to touch on this real quick. And we do sports coming up, and we will. We'll talk more about the NBA champs, Milwaukee Bucks, and their parade and all that. But I did want to mention this because this is kind of like headline news,
Okay.
not just sporting news. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell warned all teams in a memo yesterday. I don't know if you saw this trending or not, that have COVID-19 outbreaks among unvaccinated players next season. If for some reason the team has COVID-19, games where they have to forfeit, they have to cancel the games or try to move the games or whatever, it could mean a forfeit.
That's not good.
They're not gonna, try to move games and try to
season,
readjust like
yes,
they did.
Last season, they did a lot to make sure that all their games were played.
Well, if it comes about that
A
there's
lot
an
of changes.
outbreak on a team because of COVID-19, and I'm sure every case is going to be different, but if they find that people aren't vaccinated and all this,
Yeah.
they're going to go ahead and might have to forfeit. So that's it.
Yep.
And, they wanted to do 16 games for the purpose of the draft and all that,
Mm-hmm.
which, so some changes are coming, just FYI.
I don't like to hear the word forfeit.
Well, get vaccinated, get out there, play some ball, let's go. Jess, you got some local
But then
stories.
they also said that if you are vaccinated and then they have an outbreak among players that are vaccinated, then the rules they'll look into it differently.
Every situation is going to be different.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be something.
Well, for the most part, I don't think a lot of people who are vaccinated, they've not had outbreaks like that. You hear the stories, but
Yeah.
for the most part, if you're vaccinated, there hasn't been any huge outbreak. Like I said, there has been stories where you hear people who are vaccinated, they get sick and yada yada yada, but for the not like it was.
Oh, no.
And you remember last year,
The Olympics right now, though, is like the
that's a whole
thing
nother
trending. I know.
and
I'm
you get all
like,
these countries coming together that they don't have the resources that the U.S. has, and that's a whole nother ball game. But for the NFL, I mean, look how far we got through an NFL season last year. We got through MLB. We got
yeah.
through, so there's no excuse. So there you go. Now with this news coming out, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people who are not going to get the vaccine who play professional sports. I
We'll
mean,
see.
I heard half the Phillies don't. Aaron Nola made a comment. Oh, I wasn't the right time or whatever. I bet he's going to get it now. So, Jess, you got some local stories.
Yep, a Salisbury man has been convicted on firearms charges following a 2-day jury trial in Wycomico County. 22-year-old Aziz Sek was convicted of 2 counts of conspiracy to commit assault first degree and also 1 count of possession of a shotgun by a disqualified person on June the 29th. Charges stem from a January 29th incident in which Sek and others fired multiple rounds from previously stolen firearms into a minivan occupied by 2 adults and a 16-month-old baby on Light Street in Salisbury. All the occupants of the vehicle did survive the shooting, and at the time of the incident, he was prohibited from possessing a firearm due to a previous felony conviction. The judge has postponed sentencing so that pre-sentencing investigations can be conducted. The Delaware State Fair kicked off yesterday, and fair goers have positive things to say. There's plenty of rides, games, food, and lots of animals to enjoy. So it's a fun family time, a good time to go on out there, especially after what everyone dealt with last year. So the Delaware State Fair is on, and it takes place throughout the rest of the weekend and next week. And Governor John Carney, he signed House Bill 200, which is the Clear Water for Delaware Act that is now a law. It creates new clean water trusts to protect Delaware waterways and rebuild Delaware's drinking water with a focus on underserved communities. So there you go.
Okay. 6:49. We got Bill and Jessica Sports up next. Here's Doja Cat, Kiss Me More, featuring SZA. Good morning.